Autumn DeForest. I'm 8 years old, and I'm a professional painter.
Autumn DeForest is a child prodigy. Never has there been a conceptual artist that has been so advanced at the age of 8.
So would y'all help me welcome Autumn DeForest?
Here we have an 8-year-old who is putting her work into auctions before very, very sophisticated art collectors, and then seeing that work sell for as much as $25,000 per painting.
This painting is called Target Heart. I've thought of America because America's not perfect, but we try, and we give hope to other countries and to other people.
She has such a way of seeing things beyond her age, seeing things beyond my age, and then putting those thoughts on canvas. It's unbelievable to me.
Autumn DeForest, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second.
Autumn began painting at age 5, when a typical kid is still drawing stick figures.
One day in the garage, I was staining some wood, working on a project, and Autumn tumbled out to join me. There was a brush, a large paintbrush, lying on a piece of plywood, and she asked me if she could mess around with it. And I said, sure. And when I turned back a few moments later, she had taken the wood stain, and I would have sworn created a modern art masterpiece.
The DeForests began supplying Autumn with large canvases and paint, and in just 3 years, her works have encompassed an astonishing array of styles, from modern expressionism to surrealism to pop art.
My process of creating art is sometimes having it all planned out. I have this idea, okay, this is gonna be like this is gonna be like that. But just in a few of my paintings, I just go for it. A lot of my paintings have things that doesn't necessarily look exactly like what it really is. You can make it as crazy as you want, but just tell the story of what it is.
Once I realized that Autumn may have really something special, there was no way that I was just going to sit back and just let it evolve. It was lightning in a bottle. It was exciting. And I knew at that point that that needed to be nurtured.
Hi, how are you? Wow, look at all this stuff. This is great stuff.
Thank you.
What do you got going here? Did you use an actual tree branch like I've seen you do before?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Autumn is preparing for an upcoming art show and auction.
Some of the collectors are flying in from all over the world. I think they're going to be so excited and so glad that they did, because this work is incredible.
The stakes are high. At her last show, her collection of paintings sold for over $100,000.
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Okay,
no.
good.
Honestly, I'm not that nervous because I have 100% confidence in my ability. One more question.
Yes.
Is there anything like that that won't shed, but it's kind of like a fanny brush? With our relationship,
I'll try to find one for you. Okay.
we're a team.
This. That's what you asked for?
I'm the artist, and he's the assistant.
Here, let me prep this one for you.
I kind of never boss him around, really. I need a brown for the background color on the baby.
Okay.
And then I'll need a black as well. Can you get me that white can over there?
Sure. Do you want it here, or where do you want it?
I think that I treat him well. I don't treat him like, Daddy, get me this right now, or else. No, I'm kidding. I just want to find that line a little more so I'll know. It's the chubby cheek line.
Here you go.
Thank you.
We come from an era, my wife and I, when children were much more seen and not heard. And I remember the frustrations of being Autumn's age and just feeling, why is that person always right just because they're an adult and I'm a kid? And I knew at the time that I knew more than that adult did about certain things, but I didn't have the option to really do it any differently. And I felt strongly that the only way to cure those frustrations in myself is to empower my own child with tools and opportunities that I never had.
Could you give me a towel?
Towel?
Yeah.
Yep. I spend 8 hours additional a day in assisting Autumn, because if there's one thing that I value above all else, it's that when Autumn enters her studio,
Boy, I love that shape, don't you?
it's fantastic. She has an unencumbered, undistracted, and uninterrupted block of time to create.
Autumn, look at your stuff. Wow.
There's a number of other young painters that show and display at these shows, but Autumn, I believe, is the youngest.
When's the auction start?
3 o'clock. It's coming up pretty soon now.
Every time we've put Autumn's works up for auction, we have sold them and sold them furiously. I hate to make predictions, but I think we probably will see that continue today. At least I hope so.
So would y'all help me welcome Autumn the Forest?
Thank you. Thank you. This one right here, I called Gold Barbie Marilyn. I was inspired by Andy Warhol when I did this painting. He didn't do a Barbie one, but he did a Marilyn. At that time, Marilyn Monroe was a sexy brand. And so then I thought to myself, what would be a sexy brand in this time? So then I thought of Barbie.
She is passionate about the public exposure. She's on cloud 9. She thrives.
This painting I call The Messenger. And I did the highlight and the low light. So the light is also coming down and shining on the fetus, and this is its time.
And when people say, I really love what you do, that validation is the other half of this whole process for her.
So with no further ado, we're going to start the auction. This is called Gold Barbie Marilyn from the artist 8-year-old Autumn DeForest. We've got a phone bidder at $14,000. Would anybody like to go $15,000 on the piece?
During the auction, Autumn's family waits anxiously for the results upstairs.
Would anybody like to go $16,000 on this piece by Autumn DeForest? Well, I see $16,000 in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, are you all in? Sold, $15,500. It was a big, successful auction. We sold 4 big pieces by her, which is quite extraordinary in a very short, small auction like that. So, wonderful. Yeah. Well, I think I've got some pretty good news for you guys. Well, Gold Barbie Marilyn sold for $15,500.
Oh, that's great.
Congratulations.
That's
And
great.
Barbie Jazz, one of my favorite, for $13,500.
Oh my God.
Hidden Garden, 3D Glasses Hidden Garden, $14,000. And Nautilus Shell, $11,500. So that totals up to a lot of Barbie dolls.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
Great job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Loved you, yeah. What's next for Autumn is we'll start to expand the size of the auctions and bring in a larger number of our collectors and let them have a chance to discover her, and away she goes.
Barbie Marilyn.
Barbie, you go, girl.
I feel overjoyed and honored when I can look at my daughter and I can see the joy in her eyes and a sense of accomplishment.
A lot of people ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I say, I am what I want to be when I grow up, and that's obviously a painter. I love doing what I do. I'll never stop, never. And I'll look back when I'm in my teens or even 20s, and I'll say, I have made progress.